Hi and welcome back to my studio here at Solid Gold. I just wanted to update you on the two projects I'm busy with at the moment, which will be filmed in 2023 as soon as the weather allows. But before I do that, I'll just take you back to the last episode of the North Yorkshire Coast series. In my conclusion in episode 4, I asked for suggestions for things that you, the viewers, might like me to look at. And so far I've had the Yorkshire Dales suggested, so that is in consideration. It's not going to be imminent though, simply because of the cost of travelling from Newcastle, where I'm based, to Yorkshire every day. So that will be something that I'll consider in maybe next year or the year after. The two projects I am currently busy with are as follows. Back in 2020, the very first film I made for this channel was really just done for a friend of mine who lived in Nottingham and had planned a trip up here to Northumberland, and because of the pandemic wasn't able to make that holiday happen. So I volunteered to go out as soon as we were released from that first lockdown, and literally just ran up the coast from Tynemouth right up to Berwick, filmed all the popular spots and sent it to this friend on DVD, only to find out that they're one of the few people who didn't own a DVD player. And so in order for them to see it, I posted it on YouTube. Now, I wasn't really a concerted YouTube creator at that point. It was literally, we were all facing an uncertain future with the pandemic. And I hadn't even considered making YouTube my way of life. But to my surprise, that very, very first clip got something like 25,000 views in the first 2 or 3 weeks. And people started to subscribe, and people started to request projects that they would like me to tackle. And so in the 2 short years I've been producing films for YouTube, that was how it all snowballed. And so here we are now, where I'm not earning money with YouTube, let me be perfectly frank. I'm a retired videographer. So this is something I literally do in my retirement, because since the pandemic, I gave up my business as a wedding videographer, which is why you'll see past wedding work on my channel further down the line. But I am now firmly committed to making these films for YouTube. I thoroughly enjoy making them, and the outpour of fantastic supportive comments makes it all worthwhile. So let me, before I go any further, say another massive thank you to everybody who's subscribed and sends me encouraging messages. So let's get back to the news. And I wanted, having just completed the North Yorkshire coast, I felt it necessary to give Northumberland a better airing and a better chance, because like I said, I literally skipped up the coast in a day or two and didn't really cover things. I got a lot of flack from people in Blyth, for example, who were mortified that I'd missed them out. So there's lots of little villages and places that people felt aggrieved over that I hadn't given them a mention. So I'll be able to address all of those and give you a little bit more of an in-depth history and background to a fantastic coastline, and certainly my favourite coastline in the entire UK. So that's project one, and I'll start filming that as soon as the weather allows. The second project I need your help with, because out of the North Yorkshire series, there was a lot of content to do with the RNLI. And of course, in that very first film of Northumberland, I did mention Bamborough and Grace Darling. And that was really why the RNLI began, because of her and her heroism. So there's enough interest to do a series on the RNLI, because there's lots of stories of courageous behaviour. As I mentioned in the North Yorkshire series, women dragging a boat 20 miles over moorland to get it launched, and so on and so forth. Some amazing, fantastic stories to tell. But I need your help, because so far I have 3 lifeboat stations that are wanting to take part. And what I need is someone, if you're a worker or a volunteer at an RNLI station, just to make contact and help me do the research. In other words, give me access to photographs, stories, which obviously not every story is online. This information tends to be stored at each individual lifeboat station. So that particular series will start at Bamborough with Grace Darling, and obviously I'll work my way down the coast, so that this is a series that could go on over a number of years, because there are so many lifeboat stations and lifeboat stories to tell. But I do need help. Now, I've been in contact with Poole, which is the RNLI headquarters, and they're perfectly happy for the series to go ahead, but said they were unable to help with supplying any information. So that is where I need your support and help. So please get in touch. Initially, if you leave a message underneath this clip on YouTube, and then I can give you my email and personal details, where we can have a bit more of an in-depth exchange. But like I said, I'm wanting to cover the whole of the northeast area, from Berwick-upon-Tweed right down as far as Whitby. And before anybody jumps on me case, I'm not going any further south than Whitby, simply from a matter of cost point of view. That alone is a huge area with dozens upon dozens of lifeboat stations. So that's the plan. It's in its very, very early stages. So as I said, I'm relying on some of you out there who may be listening and watching to this to be able to get in touch and give me the support and direction that I would appreciate. So thank you for that in advance. So that's it for this bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye for now.